What's up everyone and welcome back to Reload Reacts episode 60. My name is Trey and today we are going to look through r/Today I Messed Up, the subreddit for those who have messed up in their life and just want to share it with the world of Reddit. This first post is by Metal Leg. Today I messed up by forgetting I had a prosthetic leg at hospital security. So this happened today when I was taking my daughter to the hospital for a kidney checkup. I've been an amputee for over a decade, so you'd think I'd have the whole security thing down by now. But apparently, my brain just decided to take a vacation. I walk up to security, toss my keys and phone into the bin on the conveyor, tell my daughter to go first and then confidently stride through like I own the place. Beep. The security guard looks up, step back and try again. Weird, but okay, I step back, walk through again. Beep. Now I'm standing there, confused as heck. Well, the guard eyes me suspiciously. You got anything in your pocket? I slap my thighs trying to be helpful. Nope. He frowns. Any metal implants? Nope. I say like a dummy. Me and the guard just stare at each other. My daughter stares at me. The lady in line behind us stares at me. Then it finally hits me. Oh, right. I don't have a right leg. I start laughing like an idiot and lift my pant leg, showing off my prosthetic. The security guy shakes his head like he's seen it all, and my daughter just looks like, yep, that's my dad. Long story short, I get the usual one scan and pat down while my kid shakes her head in disappointment. Meanwhile, the lady behind me in line is absolutely losing it. Top comment reads, I went to a doctor once, my first time at the office. They asked about my family's medical history. I told them dad's side gets Alzheimer's, mum's side Parkinson's. After about 20 seconds, oh, but I'm adopted, so not too sure. That's hilarious, I imagine the doctor's face. It was, they were taking meticulous notes. Then when I dropped the bomb, I just heard the pen strike out everything. I felt so bad, but it was too damn funny. This next post is by Techo Live. Today I messed up by forgetting to mute myself during a virtual meeting and revealed my deep-seated hatred for office buzzwords. This happened approximately 36 minutes ago, and my embarrassment is fresher than the questionable sushi I ate last night. I was in a virtual meeting with my boss and a few bigwigs from corporate. Everyone was tossing around phrases like circle back, low-hanging fruit, synergy, and my personal favourite, make it pop. Little did I know, I was not muted. So while the rest of my team diligently nodded, I loudly muttered to my cat ironically, if I hear let's pivot one more time, I'm gonna pivot straight into another dimension. My boss went quiet, the bigwig from corporate started chuckling, and I realized everyone had, in fact, heard my borderline meltdown. Everyone tried to play it off politely, but I'm pretty sure I just blacklisted myself from any future synergistic pivoting. Moral of the story, always double check the mute button, folks. This next post is by Necessary16741. Today I messed up. Random flea market item turns out to be radioactive. I bought this random item in a flea market in Berlin because I thought it looked cool and it was cheap. It's been in my wardrobe ever since until I took it out yesterday to take photos of it. Because I found out about the r/whatisthis thing page. Lots of people came back with different answers, but a few people said it looked like it was radioactive and that I should go to my local fire station to check it. This morning I phoned the non-emergency fire brigade number and explained the situation. 2 minutes later, 3 fire engines arrived to test the object, which was in fact radioactive. Then they called for backup, and 3 ambulances, 3 police cars and a counter-terrorism CBRN bomb disposal unit arrive. They evacuate all the flats in the building and after 4 hours they finally remove the object. It turned out to be thorium. I'm not sure about the isotope number or radiation levels. That's crazy. That is not something you expect from a flea market. It's like, guys, what's this thing? And so they call the fire station and like 10 emergency services pull up. You'll be like, oh no, what have I done? That's crazy. This next post is by Dead Dolash. Today I messed up by turning my cat into an iPad kid. Recently my TV broke and so I decided it would be cool to replace it with a projector. A few days ago, the projector arrived and I spent a few hours setting it up and playing around with it. Then I had the bright idea to put on one of those videos made for cats. the ones with insects, lasers, and mice to see how my cat would react. She effing loved it. Naturally, I let her watch it for about an hour before turning it off for the night. She protested a little, but nothing too serious at least, not compared to what was coming anyway. Over the next few days, I foolishly let her watch the projector a few more times, thinking it was hilarious how excited she was about her new toy. However, as time went on, she started to get a bit more vocal, growling and meowing at me to get my attention. I soon realized it was because of the ads. She was throwing tantrums because she couldn't stand waiting. Now she complains whenever I turn it off, or if she gets interrupted, and bonus points, my YouTube now thinks I'm a cat. That's insane. Maybe don't give your cat an iPad. This next post is by Queer Harvey Babe. Today I messed up by passing gas on the dance floor. Makes sense to me. I'm a mid-30s female. Last night I went out for a Halloween dance party. I worked really hard on my costume. I was the perfect combination of warm and slutty, and I was excited to strut my stuff. The way that this bar is set up is that there is a main level upstairs and then you can walk downstairs to the dance area. It's a pretty small space, so it gets crowded. I had taken some substances earlier in the evening, so I was feeling really good. At some point in the night I had to cut the cheese. I thought it would be a small one. I thought I could just crop dust it. But it was the most silent, deadly, toxic, foul mushroom stink bomb of my life. The smell from my A destroyed the dance floor. People cleared out. It was so bad, people thought that someone had an accident on the floor. Like they turned up the lights a little bit to see and make sure there wasn't a health hazard. Even the DJ made a comment. I went upstairs because I couldn't stand the smell of my own A. I was up there for about 30 minutes, and when I came back down, I could still smell my A. It's all anyone could talk about. They thought someone had an accident. I had to play dumb. I was so embarrassed. Top comment reads, years ago I was in a big record store with no one else there but the staff. I let a silent but deadly go while I was browsing. It was so bad that I had to move over a couple of aisles. A minute later, 2 teenage girls came in the store and walked right into my cloud and immediately started gagging and coughing. It was so hard not to laugh. Facts. This next post is by One Lonely Cloud 3674. Today I messed up by taking my girlfriend on an expensive date for her birthday, and she broke up with me on our way back. My now ex-girlfriend and I had been dating for a few months and it was going great. Her birthday was yesterday, and a few days before she told me that she wanted to go to this expensive restaurant that she has always wanted to try. I love her, and I wanted to make her birthday special, so I agreed. We got to the restaurant and had a pretty great time despite the fact that she ordered some of the most expensive items on the menu. I just enjoyed the fact that she seemed to be enjoying herself. She was taking lots of pictures of the food, the flowers I got her, and everything. She told me that this was her best birthday she has ever had, and that none of her ex-boyfriends have ever made this much of an effort on her birthday. This made me feel pretty good because I was anxious about doing everything right so that she has a good time. On our way back, she thanked me and told me that I am a really good guy, and she had a great time today. But she doesn't think that this relationship will work and wants to break up. At first I thought she was just playing around until I realized that she was serious. I asked her why, and she said that she is just not attracted to me. She tried, but it's just not there, and she doesn't want to string me along as it would be unfair to the both of us. So anyway, we had an awkward ride back while the driver tried making cheerful conversation. Edit. I decided to text her and ask her if she could please reimburse me for part of the meal, as it's only fair, and she blocked me after reading the message. Yeah, she used you, OP. That's ridiculous. She happened to realize that just before her birthday, just before she was gonna break up with you. Yeah, extreme coincidences happen, I guess, but that wasn't one of them. That was not one of them. This next post is by Sophie R8. Today I messed up by accidentally starting a city-wide scavenger hunt. Obligatory, this happened last weekend and I'm still dealing with the aftermath. So I work at a small indie bookstore and we often get used books donated. Last week I found this beautiful vintage copy of Treasure Island with really detailed illustrations. Inside was this yellow piece of paper with what looked like an old-timey treasure map and some cryptic clues. I thought it would be fun to post it on our local city subreddit as a joke, saying I found this mysterious map and wondering if anybody knew what it meant. The post blew up overnight. Like seriously blew up. Turns out the clues actually matched up with real locations in our city. Old buildings, historic landmarks, etc. What I thought was gibberish actually made sense to history buffs. People started forming teams and going on actual treasure hunts. Someone made a Discord, local news picked it up. There are now hundreds of people combing through the city finding and following these clues. Here is the thing, there is no treasure. The map was probably just some kid's school project from decades ago. I tried posting updates explaining this, but people think I'm trying to throw them off the trail. Some guy in a fedora came to the bookstore today and accused me of being part of a secret society. The mayor's office called asking about permits for treasure hunting on public property. I'm getting DMs from people claiming they've solved parts of the puzzle and demanding to know the next steps. Someone started a GoFundMe to hire a professional cryptographer. That's insane. It just kept escalating. Damn, man. Plant a mirror with a message saying you were the treasure all along. Oh my god. At this point, that might be the only way to end this madness, though I feel like this has gone so far that someone would probably steal the mirror thinking that it's actually a hidden portal to the real treasure vault. Oh my. This is crazy. It just keeps escalating. Wow. This next post is by He's the Zizu. Today I messed up by giving my kid Starbucks lemonade. I was in Target with my 4-year-old daughter. I swung by the Starbucks for coffee. She asked for a lemonade and a snack. I saw they had lemonade refreshers, some with strawberries and some with acai. She got super excited, so I thought I'd get her a large strawberry lemonade refresher. She loved it and chugged the whole thing before I finished my coffee. Well, about 20 to 30 minutes later, she's sprinting up and down the aisles, not listening to me, and being generally difficult. She is a strong-willed child, and what 4-year-old doesn't have tons of energy, so I didn't think much beyond it. I was getting frustrated though. My wife showed up a few minutes later and immediately noticed the wild child squeezing every stuffy she could fit into her tiny arms. She also noticed immediately the 2 drinks in the cart. She quizzed me on what I got her. Her face pretty much summed it up. She knew right away that we had a child hopped up on caffeine. Apparently, Starbucks refreshers have 45 to 55 milligrams of caffeine in them. I had no idea. Through my ignorance, she got her first boost. Well, suffice it to say, one tantrum later, we were headed home. Yeah, Starbucks is full of caffeine and sugar. Not good to give to kids. Don't give your kids Starbucks, please. Not trying to tell you how to pair it, but probably don't give Starbucks to a small child. Just to be clear, lemonade doesn't have caffeine, it's Starbucks that has the caffeine. And it's like a lot. It is more than what you would consider a healthy amount for sure. And anyway, that's gonna be it guys. I hope you enjoyed the stories in r/today I messed up. Sorry that this was a bit of a shorter video. Gonna have to record the videos for the rest of the week, so I got a pretty busy schedule. Let me know what you'd like to listen to next in the comment section below, and also hit that subscribe button because I post new Reddit content every single day. There are 2 videos on the screen, one of which is for the most recent video, and another is for a video the YouTube algorithm thinks you'll want to watch next. My name is Trey, this was Reload Reacts, and I will see you in the next video.